I'm not happy. I just need to be honest, guys. This isn't gonna be Hokage, yeah, Bayern, Mia San Mia, another win. It's not that. I'm not happy with today's performance. The game today in the Champions League against Saint-Gilloise, whatever the team name is from Belgium, I wasn't happy with that performance. In fact, I was pretty pissed off at the performance. 2-0 win today to Saint-Gilloise from Belgium. We're gonna break the game down. We're gonna talk about it. Why is Mr. Hokage upset? You may be asking yourself, Puya, what's wrong with you, Hokage? What's wrong with you, bro? Why are you being so depressed? Why are you being so mad? It's because that performance sucked. That performance was ass. Yes, we won another clean sheet thanks to Daddy Neuer. We're gonna talk about Daddy Neuer as well in this video. To the doubters, he's backing it up. He's backing it up. But I wasn't happy with this performance at all. And we're going to break that down today. We're going to talk about what went wrong, even though we won. And, this is what it takes to become treble winners. In the wins, you have to criticize the team. And, I feel like on YouTube, I think I'm probably like the most optimistic Bayern fan out there. Like, not being optimistic is bad, but there are guys out there way more critical, right? But today I have to look in the mirror and be like, nah, I can't get on here and lie to you guys. I genuinely didn't think that was a good performance. The other videos, I will never fake my opinion on Bayern, guys. If I say I was happy with the performance, I was happy with it. And today I just wasn't. I can't convince myself that I was impressed. So we're gonna get into it. Let's break it down. Like, subscribe, road to 1K. We're almost there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like always, I like to talk to you guys down there. And let's get into it. 2-0 win. Harry Kane with 2 goals. One of them a penalty, one of them off a corner. He gets another penalty and misses it. We'll talk about that penalty miss because I have a theory about Harry Kane's penalties, and I think I know the key to him never missing a penalty ever again. That's just my key. I have an idea on why. Or a hypothesis on how he can never miss again. Jeez, my words are everywhere. But yeah, talking about that first, I think the reason I'm so pissed at this game was it's the Champions League, the return of the Champions League after the winter break. Yes, the fans in the Südkurve were banned because of their flares against Sporting. I understand, but this is the comeback Champions League game. We're going to get back, get the ball rolling, and let's go. That first half was awful. Genuinely, Union was the better team in that first half. I'm not a joker for possession, guys. I don't think, oh, we have more possession and oh, we have way more passes and pass accuracy. We're obviously the better football team. No, it's about chance creation. Those are the stats that matter to me. The score line and chances creating and how dangerous you are. And in that first half, barring a chance we had in the first 60 seconds and maybe a couple at the end of the half, we were awful. The ball was moving slowly. We were not creating chances. Union, now, credit to them. Obviously, we were playing a haram ball, peak haram ball from Union. They were doing, their formation was 5-5-0. Like they had 10 men in the box encountering. But you know what? Hey, even if we're playing a 10-man low block, I don't care. We could have done better. We could have done better. Now, I'm not one of these people that thinks, oh, when I see a 10-man low block, we should still be beating them 5-6-0. I'm not the guy who thinks that, but I still think compared to other scenarios where we've played low blocks, teams that park the bus, I have definitely seen us be more threatening, move the ball faster from wing to wing, getting crosses in, taking shots from outside the box. We just weren't doing much of that in the first half. And I was sitting there watching it, and I'm like, dude, what are we doing? Where's the direction? What's the goal? What's the goal here? The goal should be to score, and we were not doing anything to achieve that. So it just really pissed me off that in the return of the Champions League home game, we produced that 45 minutes of trash. But it is what it is. That's the main thing I was pissed off with, just how slow we were moving the ball, sloppiness as well, losing the ball in positions where we didn't need to, and then also defensively in that first half, like Union was just one touching their way out of our press when they were countering. They had 2 really great opportunities. One of them, I thought they were going to score, but obviously, guys, Daddy Neuer comes out with the big save. And that save Neuer made, that whole play pissed me off because Union started on the left side of the field. They're able to one touch their way all the way to the right side of the field, and no one was pressing the Union player. And he took a free cross, and it was so obvious he was going to cross, but none of the defenders clocked it. And that David dude, the Union striker, made an easy run behind. I think it was Ta or Kim, and Neuer has to eventually come out and make the big save off of his header. So thank you, Neuer. To the doubters out there, screw yourselves. I still have full trust in Manu. I still have full trust in Manu, and he will be here for us when we win that Champions League in a couple of months. But yeah, just awful half. And then the second half, much like some of the other games in recent weeks and even before the winter break, we turned it up in the second half. We got a lot better. We moved it a lot faster. We created 5, 6, maybe 7 chances if you want to count a couple of them. We created like 5 to 7 good chances that did not just come off. In the end, I was still pissed off with the second half as well. Yes, we were creating these chances, but I have this feeling in my head like, come on, like, we can't at least produce 10 or 11, 10, 20 minutes of this second half intensity in the first half. Like, we can't get into this groove of one half shit, one half really good, one half shit, one half really good, because it'll carry on into the season. And then eventually we're in a Champions League semifinal, and that's not going to fly anymore. So I'm just not a fan of right now this one half shit, one half good thing. So we need to shape up and fix that very soon. We absolutely need to shape up and get that fixed very soon. We have a Pokal game coming up against Leipzig soon. Yes, we destroyed them twice in the league, but the Pokal is different. And Leipzig has been a much more successful team in the Pokal than us in the last 5 years. They've won it twice or 3 times. No, they won it twice, I think. Yeah, they've won it twice. More than us ever since we won it for the sextuple season under Hansi Flick. But yeah, the second half, it was much improved. Harry Kane gets the corner goal, poorly defended corner from Union, but Harry Kane does well to put the chance away. They were not defending the front post on the corner very well, because in the first half we actually had a huge chance as well off a corner, and Vicky Guerrero, that bum, missed the header. Very similar, not, I wouldn't say the same, but a little harder angle than Kane's, but very similar position. And then, Union crumble. Kane rightfully wins the penalty. Or no, the penalty, the penalty, handball. I thought it was a little harsh, but whatever. Kane puts it away. And then we get another penalty. And if you haven't watched the Kane penalty, I urge you to go back and watch the Kane penalty. You know what I've noticed when Harry Kane misses a penalty? Harry Kane, and let me go full screen for this. Harry Kane always, or usually from what I've seen, misses penalties when he decides to not go low driven bottom right and bottom left corner. Anytime Harry Kane tries to go more elevated on the goal, go for the top left, top right of the goal, he usually fucks it up. And he did it in this one. In the second penalty, he tried to go top left-hand corner. He hits the crossbar. Early in the season, you guys remember, he missed against Wiesbaden as well. He didn't try to go low-driven bottom left or right. He tried to go higher on the goal, top left, top right. It got saved. And if you go back, because I think before that Wiesbaden penalty, he didn't miss a penalty for 2 to 3 years up until that France penalty miss. And how did he miss that penalty against France? He tried to elevate the shot and go bottom left, bottom right-hand corner. So, I urge Kane, bro, stop that. Stick to the bottom left, bottom right-hand corner, low, hard-driven penalties, because that's your bread and butter. Anytime he tries to elevate it, it goes wrong. So, Harry, especially if we're in the Champions League quarter semifinal and you have a penalty, I better expect you to go bottom left, bottom right-hand corner, nothing more, nothing less. And yeah, Olise had a big chance he missed. Luis Diaz had a big chance he missed. So we could have had like 4 goals in the second half. We come away with 2. The Kane penalty miss, yeah, we could have had 4 or 5 goals in that second half. But yeah, poor finishing, whatever. Here are the stats if you care. Again, doesn't matter these stats. The performance was just shit for me. For me, the performance was shit. Kim Min-jae does get a red. I just think that's unfortunate. I think the ref, I don't know what the ref is doing there. Honestly, I don't know what the ref is doing there. Yeah, I think Kim was done very dirty. And yeah, let's just go down to the lineup. And yeah, the Harry Kane missed penalty in the first minute. Let's go down to the lineup. Again, Neuer saved us in the first half with a big save. Uh, in this game, Kimmich was like dropping in at our right back, midfield, whatever, but the defense played decent. It wasn't great. I was not impressed with Guerrero. He was not that good today. Bischoff struggled at left back in the first half, but he played more on the right in the second half and he improved. So credit to him. But honestly, I'm tired of Bischoff fullback. Like I just want to see more minutes of him in midfield. Pavlovic and Kimmich, they were all right. In the first half, I really wasn't impressed. In the second half, they turned it up, and that's why we were a lot more successful. Olise and Luis Diaz, very they were mid games. Like Luis Diaz did the defensive work today, but in that first half, especially, you guys, Luis Diaz and Olise were locked down. They couldn't do shit in that first half. So, they're facing a 10-man low block. It's hard for wingers to do their work and do their magic in such tight spaces. But still, the performance in the first half from them was awful. Lenny G was all right. Lenny G, I think you're seeing now, like Lenny G, the form he was on a couple of weeks ago and before winter break, it's kind of settled down a bit. He's still doing fine, right? Don't get me wrong. Lenny G is doing fine, but he's 17, 16, 17 years old. He was never going to play at that level he was a couple months ago the whole season. He's 17 years old, and that's okay. He's doing well for us in the absence of Musiala, but Musiala will be back. He is back. And then Harry Kane, obviously, the 2 goals and the missed penalty. He was doing a lot of work, dropping in and trying to spray those long balls to Elise and Luis Diaz. So, in the end, if you care about the subs, Alphonso Davies came on. I thought Alphonso Davies looked very good. Alphonso Davies had a strong game coming on. Hiroki Ito, Leon, and Gnabry came on. The only thing is, I think Musiala was originally supposed to come on as a sub in this game, but the Kim Min-jae red card changed that. And also the game got a little physical and they were, putting in late challenges on Olise and our other players. So I think company decided in the end, you know, yes, Musiala is back to playing games off the bench and getting minutes, but we don't need to risk him in this game. We just got a red card, and the game was getting very physical and feisty, and they were putting in really late challenges on some of our players. So I thought it was smart of company just to send Musiala back to the bench and just we'll give you minutes in the Bundesliga this weekend. So I thought that was smart. So yeah, in the end, it's 2-0. And actually, well, not for these Champions League videos, we like to go to the table, right? So let me share screen like this. And yeah, this is what the table's looking at. We've officially secured round of 16 football. Arsenal's first with 7 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. They're going to get first. We play PSV away last game of the league phase. We should have no problem getting the job done there. I expect a win. We should finish second, and that's great for us because we would get the second leg of every knockout phase at home in the Allianz Arena. So that's a great opportunity for us on our road to the final. So very happy with that. Real Madrid, Liverpool in third and fourth. Teams that have struggled in the league apparently are trash. Look how high up they are. Tottenham are in fifth. PSG are in sixth. Even though these bums lost to Sporting, the team we destroyed, these bums lost to them in Portugal. Newcastle are up there. Chelsea are up there. So, shout out to the Premier League, man. A lot of people are saying the Premier League is weak this year. I agree. The league title and everything, the league performances for the teams are bad, but they're doing well in the Champions League so far. But yeah, league phase is league phase. We saw last year Liverpool were perfect in the league phase, and they unluckily drew PSG because PSG were so bad in the league phase and advanced to the playoffs, and they got destroyed, in my opinion, in that round of 16. They were outclassed. So, yeah, not a great performance. Not going to come here and glaze the boys. You get my glaze if you deserve it. Shout out Manuel Neuer for saving us in that first half with a massive save. And yeah, I'm hoping for a better performance this weekend in the Bundesliga. Saturday, I will be doing a watch along for that game. So tune in. If you see me live, drop a comment. You don't have to say the whole time. Just come say hi to me when I'm live and watching the game. And yeah, Champions League, league phase, almost wrapping up. One more game coming up in the next couple of weeks. And we move on to the round of 16, you guys. It's been your boy Hokage. A win is a win. We move. Remember, the goal is to stay undefeated in 2026 The goal is to remain undefeated for the rest of this season, get an undefeated season in the Bundesliga, get a Champions League, and get a cheeky Pokal. We can do it. We can do it. But we need to keep our standards as fans high. When we see games like this, a win is cool, but we need to call out that the performance was not that good. It wasn't. We got through because we're just stronger. Union Saint-Gilloise is never gonna get us. You know, they're never gonna get that win, especially on Allianz Arena. So it is what it is. You guys, it's been your boy Hokage. Like, subscribe, road to 1K, leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.